In this short video, we despair, optimize, almost catch fire, but eventually tame the furnace. Hope you enjoy this. With the colder months settling in, I can feel my body slowing down and becoming more sluggish. For that, saunas are amazing. Trouble is, my local sauna is rather expensive, and the 20 minutes it takes to get there is enough to keep me away from it more often than not. So I should just get a home sauna, right? Well, traditional saunas are way too expensive and bulky for this apartment. But what about infrared saunas? Well, this is intriguing because, as I understand it, with infrared, a lot of the heat directly penetrates deeper into the tissue and basically warms up your core, so the enclosure is less important. Plus, apparently you also get some photobiomodulation benefits with it. So I looked up options and I found something really simple, and it was $1,000. This gave me $1,000 worth of motivation to figure something out for myself. Here's my month-long journey towards an efficient urban sauna in about 5 minutes. All of the basic options online include a massive board. I thought, how much of that can we strip back? What if I just take the light bulbs and instead of a full panel, opt for a frame that has the added benefit of being adjustable for optimal heat distribution? Now we're cooking. Probably quite literally, because I had no idea what power to go for. Frankly, I didn't know anything, but with some YouTube expertise from Felix and a few others, I was buying hardware a few hours into this. I got some massive 250 watt bulbs and actually found that most sockets don't work with them. Eventually there was light at the end of the tunnel. I found these perfect porcelain lizard lights which were cheap and had these metal brackets already on. But this amount of precaution in their design made me think, won't I just start a fire if I mount this onto plastic or wood? I guess one way to figure this out, right? But first, a word from channel sponsor PCBWay. If your creative pursuits bring you beyond what you can manufacture at home, services like PCBWay can help with a wide array of materials, fabrication processes and finishes. Their ordering system is transparent, you get a code straight away, and you can track your order throughout the process. I personally used them even before we started working together, and I found the outcomes great. Check them out, add the link in the description. You'll get an extra discount. Thanks PCBWay for sponsoring this. I started sketching options and also flirted with degrees of simplicity in CAD. First, I went after the side holders, then the beam, some basic wire management, and a foot. As always, I try to keep things light, and as always, it comes back to haunt me later on. Within a couple of days, I was 3D printing and experimenting. Captive nuts, modularity, the whole menu. Luckily, I had some untreated wood that I could play with. If you have projects of your own, what I found works well is to just get stuck in without overthinking. In my case, just merely hanging the bulb was useful. It showed me where I needed to reinforce and stiffen the frame, and it took me about 4 tries to get the fitment just right. Turns out one tiny ridge makes a massive difference in rigidity. But once this was done, there was no more avoiding. I knew I had to check the heat dissipation problem, but I was so nervous and honestly was bracing for a very embarrassing Amazon return. I set up my thermal camera and... Fortunately, after running for 20 minutes, the contact point was barely above ambient and well below the meltdown I feared. While performing this test, I couldn't help but notice just how hot these light bulbs get. I needed a way to ensure I don't get anywhere near them while slow cooking, so I came up with an adjustable, well, you'll see it in a second. The off-the-shelf wiring caused me some pain because I'm tall and didn't want to deal with AC currents, so I also designed a cage which I couldn't 3D print in one go because it was bigger than my 3D printer, and then I had to adjust and reinforce it a few times. All of this trial and error took a few weeks to stomach. There were other detours, like for example the interference pattern not hitting exactly as I wanted, so I had to reconfigure the entire array, but eventually I had everything I needed, so it was finally showtime. This is Naked S1. It's lightweight, minimal. It only uses natural materials for a frame that disappears to only give you a pure experience. It uses widely available standard infrared heating lamps, which you can infinitely adjust to target and focus on precisely those areas you care about. It can be used inside an enclosure or openly, depending on the benefits you're seeking. It's easy to put together, take apart, expand, or mod. It can be however quiet or however loud to fit with almost any living space. Honestly, I actually use this a lot. I follow the guidelines of Felix since I'm no expert myself. I wear eye protection and do 3 minutes on each side, like a human gyros. I stand up for a more even distribution of heat, and for a consistent safe distance, I implemented this rather odd-looking spacer, which I can adjust on the fly. I always switch off the entire circuit and unplug it when not in use as a precaution. At the beginning, I imagined I'd need to move this out of the way, but because the design is in one plane, I found it really doesn't bother me. It just sits quietly on one of my bedroom walls. So does it work? Well, for me, it definitely does. It's such a comforting heat that wraps around you, especially since this is basically a bespoke experience, sized precisely to heat your body in the right way. I have this configured as a 2x2 core, but really you can scale this up or down depending on your needs for a lot cheaper than anything available on the market, and configure it with whatever light you want. Now at this point, I'd normally say you can grab the plans and materials from the description. However, although many companies offer this product with a similar risk profile, I'm anxious to release this. These bulbs are really scary and really exposed, and I don't want anyone to get hurt in any way. That being said, if you have any ideas to increase the safety of the design for general consumption, let me know in the comments. I was thinking maybe using a little sonar module, but probably there are better ideas out there. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this story and maybe it gave you some ideas for your own random projects. I hope you'll subscribe, like the video. I'm a very small channel and every click, every comment helps so much. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.